Gold, oh my God, smashing it. Just be wary from here. Okay, so let's take a look at the gold price. Absolutely killing it, and still killing it as we speak right now. It is making all-time highs as we speak. Let's share the screen. Take a look. Okay, here is gold on the daily time frame, priced in US dollars. It's just, look at it, it's making new all-time highs right now. Okay, 3,442 US dollars, brand new all-time high, literally as we are doing the show in the last couple of hours. It is smashing it. Okay, good to see. Although, what have we been talking about? Just looking a little bit, it's looking peaky. Okay, from around about here. Let me just show you gold in Australian dollars as well. I feel like my internet's a little bit lagging today, but that is what it is. Tell me if I, if I get, what's the word? Robotic and all that stuff. If I start that thing. 5,362 US dollars. It would actually probably be higher if it weren't for the Australian dollar strengthening against the US dollar, or really more so, it's the US dollar weakening. But you see this number go up. That means Australian dollar is strengthening. So if it had been back down here, you would have seen even higher prices in Australian dollars. But yeah, this is where we are. It is right at the precipice of some kind of peak very, very soon. Okay, and we're talking, when I did this, it was around about there. That's an 82 degree angle. That's an 82 degrees up. Okay, that's looking at the, as I said in a Facebook post, which I won't find, but I said it's basically like the last, getting there, the last splurts of the tailpipe in your car as you're running out of petrol. You know how it does that thing. It's kind of like the last burst of energy before the car runs out of petrol or car runs out of gas, for my American followers. So it's happening. Okay, it's a very steep angle. It's a bit of a mini mania phase, as I've been calling it. We are going to have a decent retrace at some point from around about here. Is it here? Is a little bit higher. I don't think you're not going to get to like $4,000, but somewhere in the next couple of $100, something like that, is going to be from anywhere from here. Yeah, just the last little splurts, and then okay. Now, when I did, doesn't mean we're all heading all the way down back to like $2,700, but that is the lowest. It's the lowest point that I can see it go to. Let me remove that for you. Okay. That is the lowest point. I don't see it really getting any lower than around about $2,700. It may not get there, okay, but we can't figure out what the potential lows are in this next little dip that we will have, and it will be a short-term dip, okay? It'll be a time for people to refuel the tank, okay? We just don't know where that is because we need to find where the top is. Then we can do, okay, from this low and this where the high is. So we don't have that data in yet, okay? But once we get there, then we'll be able to do that. Then we'll be able to figure out, okay, general levels. I'm very confident, though, to say it is highly doubtful that we will close, and I'm saying close, not spike, but close below around about your $2,700-ish kind of mark. Okay, of course, as all my followers know on X and on YouTube, this is the mother of all trend lines going back to 1980, and there we've finally broken through. We probably will have a retest. It's likely we have a retest, but if my point is, we very likely won't go below there. Okay, that is such a huge trend line. It's the mother of all trend lines. If we do have a retest, and if we do go lower and lower, that's the bottom end. Okay, so around about your 27, 2750, 2800, call it 27 to 2800, although it might not get to there. Okay, you could have a couple of months of just, down to a certain level. We don't know where that is, though, because we have to find where the top is. That's the short answer. See, if you look at this on the monthly time frame, this is straight up, baby. Okay, and this is since we're talking, there it is right there. We're talking since we broke out, okay? You could take it from that low if you really want to, but since we broke out back in March of last year, roughly March of last year, that's a 70% move. That's pretty good on gold in just over a year's time. 70% in over a year's time on gold. Yeah. So the steam is starting to run out, as I've been saying. So just be wary around about here. Again, if you're dollar cost averaging, fantastic. Then don't worry about it. Buy here, buy when it gets back, buy when it goes lower, average your cost in over time. Good. But for those, if you're the pain avoid, if you really hate losing, okay, and there's some people who really hate losing more than other people, okay. Some people are like, oh, dollar cost average, and if it goes down. Some people just have that mentality of, oh, no, I don't want to buy up. I'm not going to buy up here knowing that it's going to go down here, okay. If you're very confident that it is, maybe you're the type of person that likes to wait. I don't know. Dollar cost averaging people, probably the more chill, like, yeah, man, I'm just going to dollar cost average, dude. Like, you're like the surfer dudes, right? You're like, yeah, whatever, I'll just ride the wave, and then, there'll be a good, there'll be good surf, later on. But if you're the pain avoidant one, I wouldn't be buying up here. Okay, if you really want to avoid it, expecting a move down. Down to where? Don't know. I guess the ultimate, a very obvious point. Before we have a top in, the obvious point is probably right about here. That's pretty obvious right there. So look at that. That's at around about 2,960 US dollars. That could, it'll be very interesting if this 2,960 roughly lines up with key Fibonacci after we find wherever that top is. Could be now, could be a little bit from now, okay? I'm going to guess that's going to be the major area, around about $2,960, $3,000 psychological, with the possibility of coming down to that $2,700, $2,800 level. We are extremely overvalued on the weekly time frame. We are uber, extra, ultra, epically overvalued on the monthly time frame as well. We're having a dip. Cool. So gold is currently the loved precious metal. Okay, everyone's loving on gold right now. Silver a little bit. What's the one that is completely dying? Let's go back to here and let's talk about this. This might be a separate topic.